So we actually do not know exactly how inefficient current cancer care is. There are no reliable statistics on this. What we do know is that overall across healthcare systems, estimates from the likes of the WHO, the European Commission, and also the OECD have suggested that up to 20%, even more, maybe up to 30% of care is inefficient, meaning that it doesn't result in meaningful benefits for patients. So yes, definitely, inefficiency does have a real impact on patient outcomes. And one statistic that confirms this actually is that we know that if we addressed all the inefficiencies existing in healthcare, we could save up to 2 years on average across industrialized countries in life expectancy. So the actual data are maybe hard to come by, but the purpose of All.Can is to try to figure out what the situation is in cancer care. All.Can International was set up now about 3 years ago to try to address inefficiency across cancer care. And we discussed a lot what the scope should be, and we decided that it should address all cancer types. Every cancer experience, every individual cancer experience, of course, is very, very different. However, there are definitely some common issues in treatment pathways, in gaps that may exist in care, and in things that work well, and some potential solutions that are applicable across cancer care. All.Can was set up as a policy initiative. So the goal is really to try to change policy. Now, the way you change policy is through data. What we have done as a growing organization is first set up a platform. So this platform has been set up internationally. We now have approximately 26 members. And the important thing about All.Can is that it's truly multidisciplinary and also multi-sectoral. We have some of the leading representatives from patient advocacy spanning a lot of different cancer types, from the clinical world. ECCO is an esteemed partner, of course, from industry. And when I say industry, I don't just mean pharma, I also mean the broader health sciences industry. We have some small companies focused on data, different aspects of data and decision support who are also members of All.Can. We have also people representing payers, insurance, former policymakers. So we really have, and researchers. So we really have a very broad spectrum of people working together. So the way that All.Can works is that we have a program of work that is approved by our steering committee every year. And that program of work consists of participation in events or publications and communications, but it also includes some dedicated research projects. And so it's those research projects that develop and yield the data that we hope to use then to drive policy change. So All.Can at an international level has been going on for about 3 years, and there is every intent to continue this as long as possible. Our work is far from done. And in fact, All.Can is transitioning to an NGO status, which we believe will give it much more leverage, and it's the appropriate timing in the development of this organization to transition it to an NGO status. So definitely the work of All.Can has really just begun. In addition to that, at the national level, there are national initiatives that are being set up within the All.Can family, but they're run as separate independent initiatives. And those are multi-stakeholder platforms like All.Can International. And the development is very different in different countries. So we have approximately 13 of those currently set up in different countries in Europe and around the world, and lots more in development. So currently, All.Can International has about 26 members, and we are open to new members and in fact get applications for membership all the time. And members can come from any sector, and approval of membership goes through the International Steering Committee. So there are 26 members of All.Can International, and then across the globe we have approximately 150 different stakeholders, again representing all walks of life working in the cancer community who are involved. And this number is growing every day. The most recently available data that we have from All.Can is from our All.Can patient survey. This was an international survey. It was conducted in 10 different countries, so in Europe and also Australia and the US and Canada. And the survey's goal was to ask patients and carers where they had encountered inefficiencies in their care. And with those data, the idea is that we then would have patient insights to try to drive policy change based on what mattered most to patients, which is really the crux of All.Can. What do patients say? What matters most to patients? With the belief that efficiency is going to be about focusing things on matters most to patients. So nearly 4,000 patients participated in this survey. The findings of the international survey were launched in a report in July, and in fact, they're also going to be presented today at the ECCO Summit in the opening address. And there's a copy of the report available in all the delegate packs. So we've just launched these findings, and currently we are reaching out to different patient organizations and different partners around the world to try to share these data as much as possible and see what kind of actions can be led on their basis. The new Commissioner for Health it presents a huge opportunity, obviously, for engagement, and the announcement that everyone, I think, in the cancer community is excited about, that there will be a new cancer plan. Again, our goal would be to try to make sure that these findings and the things that patients say matter to them are incorporated into any new policies and cancer plans that are being developed.